Good morning, Ian Cooper here with Penny Stock Titans. Hope this finds you well. We wanted to look at one of the best ways to spot pivot points, especially when it comes to excessive bouts of fear and greed in the markets. After all, fear and greed are the chief primary drivers of stocks and options and ETFs and indices. But how do you spot opportunity when fear gets way out of hand and everybody begins to sell? Well, we can use four different indicators. We can use our Bollinger Band set at 2 standard deviations above and below the 20-day moving average. That is your green line surrounding the Russell 2000 on this chart here, this 2-year chart of the Russell 2000. Typically, when the Russell 2000 pushes to the lower or upper Bollinger Band, up to 80 to 85% of the time, we will see a pivot at that exact point. But we never want to rely just on Bollinger Bands to find our opportunity. So we begin to look at relative strength, or RSI, which is up here at the upper part of the chart. Now, when RSI dips to or below its 30 line, we have an oversold condition based on relative strength. And if relative strength can confirm what the Bollinger Bands are saying at the lower Bollinger Band, up to 80% of the time, we may see a pivot. Again, though, we never want to rely on just one or two indicators. So we can also look at MACD, which is moving average convergence divergence. Now, all we're looking at for MACD are extreme moves down or up, because those extreme moves, like we saw in late 2018, are unsustainable. So we want to watch for confirmation with MACD, Bollinger Bands, and RSI. Then again, we want to confirm even more. So we can look at Williams percentage range, which is at the bottom of this chart here. Now, when Williams percentage range dips to or below its 80 line, we have an oversold condition. And if Williams and MACD and the Bollinger Bands and RSI all confirm that we have an extreme oversold condition, up to 85% of the time, we'll see a pivot in the other direction. And you can see that historically over the last 2 years, that has been fact. So we can use that to buy excessive bouts of fear. Now, we can also use it to short or buy a put option, for example, if the Russell 2000 becomes aggressively overbought. Now, if Russell 2000 moves to or above its upper Bollinger Band, typically that's considered overbought. Then again, we don't want to rely just on Bollinger Bands either for that either. So we begin to look at RSI. If RSI moves to or above the 70 line, overbought. If MACD pushes up too far too north, too quickly, overbought. If Williams percentage range moves above its 20 line, again, overbought. And if all of those indicators align in overbought territory, up to 85% of the time, we will see a pivot in the other direction. And again, you can see that historically over the last 2 years, just on this chart alone of the Russell 2000. We can also use this with other major indices, ETFs, and stocks as well. Again, this has been Ian Cooper with Penny Stock Titans. We'll talk again very soon. Thanks so much.